was born on the stage in grand theaters across America. It was there, under the spotlights, that the sport's earliest heroes battled for glory and 18 pounds of pure silver that anointed the best of their eras. And now, for the first time in over 100 years, the Opera Cup returns to its original setting, a theater stage, as Major League Wrestling takes this classic tournament back to the future. Last year, Místico made history, becoming the first Mexican to ever win the Opera Cup. Now, he stands on the brink of destiny, seeking to go back-to-back and cement his legacy forever.
¿Qué representa para mí estar por segunda vez en la final del Opera Cup? MLW ha dado la oportunidad de estar en un torneo tan importante a nivel de Estados Unidos, que tiene muchísimos años de historia, y para mí fue un gran honor. Y ser el ganador, creo que ha sido algo maravilloso, que un luchador del Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre haya sido el campeón y que ahora esté en la final.
Across the ring stands a man who sees honor as a weakness and winning as the only truth. Volador Jr., obsessed with greatness by any means necessary. His path to the finals marred by controversy, yet undeniably effective.
Místico, sé que estás pensando que vas a ser bicampeón de la Copa Opera Cup. Pero ¿sabes qué? No me interesa, porque les voy a demostrar. Y espera, porque esa noche el ganador va a ser el de Valor del Aire. Y voy a festejar con Don Gato a mi manera, no así como tú andas. Así que Místico, te espero este 20 de noviembre. Te voy a humillar de toda esa gente y delante de Don Gato.
Tonight, a lucha icon defends the spirit of the sport against a man consumed by ambition. One fights for legacy, the other for power.
¡Es an explosion!
This is the Opera Cup Finals. Místico versus Volador Jr. next.
That has been one of the most sought after.
The following fight is set for one fall with no time limit, and it is for the 2025 Opera Cup Championship. Introducing first from Monclova, Coahuila, Mexico, weighing in at 87 kilos, the Sky Hunter, Volador Jr.
It's not just the 140 years of history. It's not just the lore behind the high-class opera houses that hosted the tournaments. It's also the level of talent that have come into this field year after year, constantly growing. Volador Jr. defeating Teton, Star Jr., and Satoshi Kojima with a checkered path. But tonight, Tom, Volador Jr., at least thus far, is out here on his own.
He's got a tall task ahead of him, a man who has been undefeated in Opera Cup competition, Místico.
And his opponent, from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 85 kilos, he is the winner of the 2024 Opera Cup. This is Místico!
Místico's name is already etched in history as one of the most beloved heroes and top drawing cards, not just in Lucha Libre, but pro wrestling as a whole. But can Místico do the unthinkable just a year after becoming the first ever luchador to win that priceless cup? Can he be the first man of this era to do it back to back in succession? Tom Lawler, you know what it's like to win the Opera Cup. You did it in 2020. You know the arduous road that one has to go on to survive a field like that. Místico has done that respectfully with a larger field and potentially 2 years in a row. What does that say about the mental, the physical acumen of the legend of Místico?
Joe, for my money, the Opera Cup is the toughest tournament in sports. And year after year, when you look at the brackets, it gets tougher and tougher. Last year, Místico able to defeat Kenta in the amazing final match. This year, legends, champions, past Opera Cup winners have all been in the bracket. And Místico and Volador find themselves here in the finals.
The bell officially sounds, and much like the original Opera Cup tournaments were held in the high-end, elegant opera houses of the day in the late 1800s, we are now center stage, spotlight on the cup here in the finals in Charleston, a building itself with history that dates back to 1850.
Yeah, in a match like this where the ring is elevated, all of the attention is on the wrestling, the technique, the precision, and Volador just spit in the face of all of that there with that fake handshake.
Opera Cup Back to the Future tonight, and our immersive two-story high video walls represent that, as these two men know each other extremely well, Tom. They have met in the ring over 600 times in their careers, a violent personal rivalry since 2008. Tom, I respect you for doing great with your shots over there. You got your faculties, and I'm glad, because I need you there for a matchup like this. This is the first time in over 100 years the Opera Cup has been decided in an environment such as this. And obviously everywhere Místico has gone, he's been the fans' choice. He's been the favorite.
Well, he's got a crowd-pleasing style, charismatic, and he's been at the top of the game for decades, Joe.
Yeah, but listen, Volador Jr. is tournament tested. Copa Bicentenario back on September 17th, 2010. It was a 4-round tournament. Volador Jr. won that tournament. Who did he beat in the finals? Místico. If Volador Jr. does that again tonight, he plays spoiler. He makes himself immortal. He's part of history, and he was able to defy the dreams of his most hated rival.
Not only will he be the champion, Joe, but he gets to play spoiler.
Yep.
And believe me, as a competitor, nothing is more fun than defeating one of your rivals. A man that everybody expects to win. A man that everybody's cheering to win. When you can put him down for the 3 count, oh man.
And Volador's going for the mask. We are seeing Volador will stoop as low as it takes.
Well, hey, this
Low
isn't against the
blows.
rules. It's not a DQ here.
Well, that certainly, the unmasking is how Volador eliminated Titan. We saw Los Depredadores get involved in the subsequent matches of Volador's tournament run, and we know that there may be no more valuable mask in all of Lucha Libre than Místico's. You loosen that, you rip that, you're going to rent space in the head of Místico. He does have an incredible amount of pressure on his shoulders day in and day out. And Volador knows that he's beaten Místico more than probably anyone in pro wrestling history.
Yeah, Místico really carries the torch of Lucha Libre around the world, not just in Mexico, but you can hear here in downtown Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, the Charleston Music Hall is rocking, and it shows you Lucha Libre is a universal language everywhere we go. These fans are immersed in the culture. They know the fighters, and they believe in them, and they believe in Místico tonight, who swings through the Tiger Fame kick. Springboard Tijeras connects. Volador knows he needs a breather, but it's only going to be temporary. Tope Suicida.
Immaculate wrestling from Místico. And he's first up to his feet.
And keep in mind, Tom, it's a 20 count on the floor in Major League Wrestling. And you may not want to see the uppercut decided on a count out, but it's certainly in the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, and that's happened many times in the past. Back in the day, Joe, guys would get tossed into the opera pit. They'd fall into the orchestra, not be able to continue. World titles have changed hands via that very situation.
Men like William Muldoon, Leo Pardello, Waldeck Zbyszko, Stu Hart, Davey Boy Smith Jr., Filthy Tom Lawler, Místico on an elite exclusive list. Will one name be added or one name be cemented further? Místico up with the Gamangiri. Nice elevation on the plancha.
It's like he's floating through time and space.
Yeah, Místico's perpetual motion right now. He doesn't want to slow down.
And that's what he's been at his most effective.
And no, put the brakes on it to Tornillo.
I think Volador trying to get back into the ring to avoid it. Místico able to switch plans and laid a great twisting plancha.
And Tom, so far in this matchup, we've seen two things that are making me very pleased. Certainly the absence of Magnus and Ruido, Los Depredadores. And you gotta believe Cesar Duran had something to do with making sure they were not going to be part of this matchup or even part of this event here tonight. And also, Místico, whether it was intentional or not, Místico's had some tests done, literally and figuratively, on that neck that was injured by Austin Aries. And the prior round, Aries attacked Místico after his victory in the quarterfinals and continued that pressure in the semis. And Místico has not shown really any signs of injury thus far.
You can take a look at Místico's body when he was coming down to the ring, Joe. His body, his chest.
Oh, your fault.
Kick out there. His chest still beaten up, chopped raw from Austin Aries just weeks ago.
Tom, do you think this environment, be it the staging, be it the video wall, will any of this impact either of these competitors more than the other?
I think these two are such seasoned veterans. They're so at the top of the game. I can't see them getting thrown off by anything.
And a cover.
Except maybe a move like that. A great counter to the head scissors.
That speaks to how well these men know each other. That head scissors that Tijeras Místico went to snap off. He'd done it several times already. Volador dropped down. It's a perfect counter. And again, using Místico's momentum against him. Volador in the ropes. And the question is, I think, Tom, can Volador still find a way to cheat? Take a shortcut. Cheat.
He's gonna try to find a way, that's for sure, as we just saw.
Magnus and Ruido are not here, but we know Volador Jr. will stop at nothing. He's obsessed with ending the legend of Místico and having himself take that throne.
He's obsessed with winning, which can sometimes be to your detriment.
Volador Jr. Yeah, he had it scouted that time. It's not a popular counter, but it was the best move for Volador Jr., a 27-year veteran in his own right.
Yeah, he doesn't care what the fans want to see. He doesn't care if they want to see Místico dive onto him. He's interested in walking out the winner, as we've seen, at all costs.
And you know he's got a plan.
He's trying to exhaust the count here.
He has beaten Místico before. He's won the National PELEA Incredibles Tag Team Tournament with La Sombra once upon a time, a mismatched tag team tournament. Volador Jr. has the endurance. He has the skill.
He's trying to rely on mind games right now is the issue.
He's got the intelligence, no doubt. Volador is trying to, essentially, the wrestling equivalent of walking out of bounds. Take the crowd out of this. The low drop kick. Místico kicks out.
Well, he got Místico frustrated, baited him into making the first move, and he was ready to counter. Got to give it to him.
Certainly by design for Volador Jr.
The air predator also hunting on the ground.
And, oh, Místico comes up big and caught. Volador Jr. even perched on the top rope. He's not safe. Another shot that connects. Oh, this is dangerous territory. Gonna get the advantage, Místico!
Unbelievable!
And a near fall. Volador came down favoring his leg. We'll pursue that to see if it becomes an issue, but certainly there's nowhere to land there that feels good.
Oh, he's also clutching on its midsection.
Check this out one more time.
Oh.
Yeah, Volador came down that left side of the body first, and I think that hamstring or that thigh muscle absorbed a lot of it. But back live, the backcracker. Volador Jr. into the cover, and Místico kicks out.
Volador Jr. with that super kick right to the face and then the backcracker. We talked about how messed up Místico's neck is already,
Yeah.
Joe. He came in compromised.
Well, now we're going to put that to the test. And Místico, well, so far he's passing. Místico spent extra time in the medical room yesterday getting treatment. Oh, wait a minute! La Místico!
He's got it locked on.
Center of the ring!
He's got it locked on! Oh! Místico did it!
Místico's done it! Místico!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner by submission and 2025 Opera Cup champion, Místico!
History's been made! Unfathomable, without precedent! And it was Místico's pet maneuver that took him across the finish line.
There he is, locking up the Místico, cranking back of the arm. Volador Jr., no choice but to tap. Write it in the history books. Etch it on the side of the cup. 2024, 2025, your Opera Cup champion 2 times in a row, Místico!
Well, Cesar Duran, you got to believe Volador Jr. may have words with him. If Cesar indeed is the one that kept Rujito and Magnus from being here, Don Gato here as well. But Tom, 2 years ago, there was never a luchador that won the Opera Cup in 140 years. But now we can say one man has done it back to back in unprecedented fashion. The Opera Cup, in many ways, back to its roots tonight, but in many other ways, forging very proudly into the future.
From the days of the Masked Marvel to now Místico.
I'm gonna celebrate with some Don Gato. I'm gonna celebrate with the Opera Cup. El Rey de Plata y Oro adds one more accolade to an incredibly storied, iconic career. And yeah, Lucha Libre. These fans adoring Místico and everything he represents. adoring lucha libre. Don Gato for bringing it here to Charleston. This is Major League Wrestling.
Whoa. We're gonna take it to another level here. I don't think the Opera Cup's ever seen anything like this.
These fans want to see it. There you go. Looks like you, Tom.
I'm much prettier than that.
Místico celebrates the legend of Don Gato side by side with the still unfolding legend of Místico and the timeless prestige of the Opera Cup.